So this is the steepest drop off yet. Woo-hoo-hoo! That gets your heart going, man. I'm staying nowhere near that. Woo! It is windy now up here. It's crazy. Wicked. There we go. So windy, man. It's gonna be a tough night's sleep, I think. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. Today me and Serhi are going to be hitting up Crib Goch, which for those that don't know is one of the most exciting, breathtaking scrambles side of the whole UK. And it needs no introduction. If you're into hiking and camping, you've heard of Crib Goch. It's one of the longest ridge walks. It's so dramatic. It's a grade 1 scramble and it does include some really hairy bits. But not only are we going to be hitting it, we're also going to be wild camping either on Crib Goch or on the summit of Carn Ugain, which is the mountain next to Snowdon. What are you saying, Serhi?
Let's go.
Let's go.
I use different like frame.
Yeah. Okay, so we're parked up now at the foot of Snowdon. Obviously you can't get in that Penwhite Pass car park, so this is as close as we're going to get. It's about a 7-kilometre walk. We're going to be tackling Crib Goch in this YouTube video, me and Serhi, and we're going to be camping. Kind of want to stay in the van, but the weather's too nice for that, so we're going to give Crib Goch a go. See how we get on. See you on trail. So the bag I'm using is the Montane Valon 40 litres, which is pretty crazy, to be fair, for a summit camp to take a 40 litre bag. It's the first time I've ever done it. Cram everything in here. There isn't that much external storage on here. I've got my poles just to make it easier on the descent, and my tent that I'm taking also, I can use these to make my tent stronger in case it goes crazy windy. Tent poles, I put a carabiner on because I feel like these aren't really designed for tent poles, and without the carabiner it would just slide through. This carabiner is for my camera, and yeah, this is the Montane Valon. It's more of a mountaineering backpack, but why not use it for wild camping? Because like we're going to be doing a bit of scrambling, I want the bag to be as small as possible and as light as possible, because I don't want to fall off and come tumbling down Crib Goch with a massive 65 litre bag on. Quite like a lightweight, slim fitting bag, which should be good for Crib Goch because it's quite sketchy. For those that have done it, know how tight some of like little crevasses are that you've got to kind of pull yourself through. So get it as tight as possible, kind of like a combination of like a wild camp and a grade 1 scramble, which both are quite difficult. To carry your wild camping stuff up a mountain is hard, but then to scramble it up a scramble like Crib Goch is even harder. Woo! Strictly no camping. We'll see about that. Now, to be fair, I think that's referring more to like the valley down here. You can summit camp wherever, in my opinion, because you're so far off the beaten path. Like, there's no one up there, especially at night. The time is 4 o'clock, half 4. Just started the Strava. Let's have it. Okay, so we're nearly at the cafe now. It's about 1.5 kilometres from where we parked to the cafe. Now, to park at this cafe is crazy. It's like you got to book like months in advance. And I'm sure it's like 48 quid or something ridiculous. So I'll tag the location of where we parked. I think it's £8 all day, but it's only between certain hours. So I don't think I'll pay until tomorrow morning. Just pay through the app. So I'll tag that parking down below if you don't already know it. So yeah, this is the Penwhite Pass car park. We're a little bit early, we want to hit the ridge at sunset, so we're going to grab a very quick swig from the cafe and then get up onto the ridge. That's the summit of Crib Goch, I think, or part of Crib Goch. You can't see the summit of Snowdon from here. Josh Hughes. Okay, so Glidavour is just one of these mountains here. And that cliff there is where we camped on in one of the other YouTube videos, which is pretty crazy, overlooking Llanberis and those 2 lins. So we're just following this path up, and that isn't the summit of Snowdon, even though it looks like it. That's like the top of the start of Crib Goch. We're going to be heading over that onto Carn Ugain. If there is a really good spot to camp on Crib Goch that isn't too in the way of the path, decent views, then we'll take that. But if not, we're going to push on to Carn Ugain. However, I do think it's going to be quite windy. We're pretty sheltered here. So he's just behind me, he just stopped to get some content. But when we got onto that car park before, it got pretty windy, so we'll just play it by ear and see how we get on. Okay, so we made it to the start of Crib Goch. Whew, you want a drink?
Yeah.
Sam, so Snowdon is just over there. Can just about make it out. We're going to go to Crib Goch now. And we're going to find a place to camp. Let's get water because it's so hot today. It's about 25 degrees. Okay guys, so we're 4 kilometers in. The weather is looking beautiful. Should get a decent sunset and sunrise tomorrow. Snowdon is just around this corner and we're just about to get onto the ridge, which I can't wait for. So I've only got a 40 litre bag like I was saying before, which is good because we're trying to smash this off pretty quickly. Literally like 2.5 hours from the car park. We should be up on top of Carn Ugain, which is pretty decent pace. So in my bag I've got my Terra Nova Solar Horizon 2. I've got my walking poles because it's only a 3-season tent. I brought those to make it even more stable. Big Agnes sleeping pad with an R8 and a 4, and then I've got the Rab sleeping bag that should keep me nice and warm. But yeah, this bag is really comfy, which is a good thing because this is the bag I'll probably use to summit Mont Blanc, although I won't have a tent in. Instead of a tent, I'll have my B2 boots until I get to the refuge, and then I'll swap them out with the shoes I'm wearing and put my approach shoes or my trail running shoes in the bag, if that makes sense. I'll see you on the ridge. That is the shadow of Crib Goch. Pretty crazy, man. It is always steeper than I remember. Every time I get here, I always think, beast. Go on, silly dad. We'll not be following him. We're going nice and slow. Bunda. Jeez. It's pretty steep, man. Nice, yeah. Nice. Gaining some decent height now. Probably nearly at the ridge. It's always steeper than I remember, man. Woo! It is windy now up here. Crazy. Wicked. There we go. Snowdon. So windy, man. It's gonna be a tough night's sleep, I think. Crib Goch is really steep and needs to be taken seriously. However, there's a lot, it's quite forgiving, like, there's a lot of it. A lot of it is like this, where it is steep, but you could walk up it. It's not like a vertical cliff. So it is forgiving. However, there's probably 2 or 3 sections that I'll show you in a minute that are a lot more sketchy and require a lot of concentration. And like, I think if you're scared, you're gonna make it harder for yourself, and you're probably putting yourself more at risk if you are scared. So if you do it, just be confident. Try and avoid doing it in bad weather, especially if it's your first time. And then just bear in mind that thousands of people do it every year. But there are unfortunate accidents, but you'll be sound. Familiar with this type of terrain? And there we have it, guys. The mighty Crib Goch. That is crazy. All the way down. Carn Ugain. That one. Why, Fran? That one. Look at me learning Welsh. I promised you in the last video I'd learn Welsh. I'm now fluent. It's called Snowdon. I'm calling it Snowdon. So this is the type of terrain you can expect on the ridge. It's not that narrow. There are narrower sections, but it's breathtaking, man, up here. Especially when the weather is like this. It is absolutely beautiful. The sun is going to set at 20 to 9, maybe 10 to 9 because we've got that 1,000 meters of elevation. So we're making decent time, to be fair. We've only been hiking for an hour and 45 minutes, 5k in, and we're currently at 910 meters above sea level. Such a sick walk, this, I can't lie. So I was just saying to Serhi that this is the best weather I've ever done Crib Goch. The wind's stopped now, which is really weird because we're on the ridge. But you can see Llanberis, the Norwich Quarry, last week's camping spot, and then Snowdon itself, which is really cool. This is definitely the best weather I've ever done Crib Goch. I am loving it. I kind of wish I got here early so I could just like chill up here and have like my food, but nevertheless it is so beautiful, man. Right, we are going to camp on there. So this is the steepest drop off yet. Woo-hoo-hoo! That gets your heart going, man. I'm staying nowhere near that. So I'm really glad the wind's died off. Hopefully that stays like that, because we're going to get an unbelievable sunset. There is not a cloud in the sky. Well, there is a cloud in the sky, but as you can see, there's not many, so we should get a real good sunset. And I've got loads of warm layers, but I've just remembered I've not brought any pants. I've got like my merino wool leggings that I sleep in, but I've not brought any pants, so I'm gonna have to wear shorts and those leggings, and hopefully that's gonna be warm enough. I've checked the weather. It's meant to be 18-mile-per-hour gusts, which could be horrendous or could be fine. You couldn't even feel it. You know, that's like on the middle of it being bad or good, if that makes sense. But it's managed up to 8 degrees at night, which is pretty good, to be fair. 8 degrees is warm. My sleeping bag's rated to like -6, so +8 shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, I put this camera away before I have to call out mountain rescue. POV, it's an easy hike. Looks like some off Mordor, man. It's crazy.
Mommy, I want to go.
This is the hardest bit now, innit? This is the sketch.
I'm so scared.
This is the sketchy bit. The content kid over here needs to hurry up. We've got this bloody big piece of rock to climb up. We're going to miss the sunset if he doesn't hurry up. I want to get the tent up. Okay, so that's Crib Goch done. We've got, whoa, little tornado, crazy. Just racing the sunset right now, so we've got this other climbing to do, probably 1 kilometre, 150 metres again, and then we'll summit it. I'll see you up there. The summit of Snowdon, in all its glory, and that's where we're heading up now. A couple of false summits, but this is a final push, I think. Definitely get up there before sunset, but hopefully I'll be able to set my tent up. Quick stop off for what looks like the most dense flapjack I've ever seen. Could literally build a house out of these, man. No, it's got to be 600 calories, but I need it right now. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling.
Every time, innit? Where are you going? We actually have to go up there, you know? We do. Hey guys, this is the summit. We just about made it in time for sunset. Snowdon, the summit of Carn Ugain, 1,080 metres above sea level. This place is insane. It's a bit windy. This is where I'm going to get pitched up. It's my usual spot. A little bit near the path, but no one will be coming up at this time. Okay, so this is my setup. As you can hear, it's really windy, so he's using my little shelter to cook. Big Agnes repeater cell sleeping pad. Pretty nice setup, to be fair. I'm quite happy with it. I'm on a bit of a slant, but beggars can't be choosers. It's not too bad. Carn Ugain trig point is there. Land Berries is over there. Sun's set now, so we're just chilling, gonna put some food on. As cringe as it sounds, there's always like a mad content rush like for the 20 minutes where sunset, and obviously those videos I put up with the music and that. I imagine it pretty beautiful, so it's always worth that rush. But once the sun's set and it's a bit more chilled, like you can just relax and enjoy it a bit more, which is always cool. So he's put rocks on his, look how many rocks he's put on there, that's ridiculous. He's put rocks on his sleeping bag so it doesn't blow away. Ridiculous, that's where he's sleeping tonight. To be fair, I'm not jealous. I mean, I do like cowboy camping, but not when it's windy, man. I've got about 12 tents, I'm obviously going to use them. I'm scared. And then you got Snowdon over there. Because this was a last minute meal, I've got a bit of a dead scran. I've got Lunchables, I've got some nuts, and I've also got a real termite meal. And then for the morning, I've got a little orange juice, a little apple juice even, and a Belvita, so I get down with a bit of energy. But yeah, Sir, he's going to be boiling the water. Only one of us needed to bring a stove, so Sir, he's brought the stove, and I've got a real termite. He's got, what have you got? Chicken curry, and I've got a chili con carne.
What do you think about this one?
That's mine, isn't it?
No.
Is that not mine, bro? Oh, it's pasta bolognese, not chili, but it's basically the same stuff. Go on, Phil, put it all in. Put it all in, bro. Yeah, man. Scran is looking pretty nice, but in standard me fashion, I forgot a fork, so I'm gonna have to just drink it, I think. Okay, so that was actually the best real termite meal I've had. But I used the rip off the top, folded it in half, and used that as like a shovel. Worked a treat. So if you ever forget your spoon or fork, that's the number one. Serhi, not even in his tent. Oh yeah, let's cowboy camp. Let's cowboy camp. Nah, mate, it's looking a bit windy. It's looking a bit windy, bro. It's like I don't want a cowboy camp tonight. You know what I mean? I'm sleeping at 1,000 meters. I don't want a cowboy camp. And he's in my tent, putting his socks, putting his dirty, stinky feet where my hair's gonna be. I'm gonna roll you off this mountain, bro. Okay, guys. So we're gonna build Serhi a little base. We're gonna use rocks to build him like a little den because it's so windy, as you can probably hear. And I don't really want him sleeping in my tent, man. You know what I mean? His feet stink. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to build him a little den over here in this 30-mile-per-hour wind. And then I'm going to brush my teeth with the world's most miserable toothbrush. I saw all the guys on the PCT doing it, and now it's in my hand. I'm thinking, what the hell have I done? I've finally gone too far. That's a good one. There we have it. The finished result. It's a bit of a wind block. Should help the wind. Give them a little bit of a base. It's not looking bad. Right, I'm going to go to bed.
Bye.
Good night, bro. See you in the morning. Okay, so it's definitely the warmest camp I've done this year, especially for the altitude. I think it's about 8 degrees. The wind makes it quite cold, but when I'm in my tent, I'm really hot. And like we say, I'm at 1,053 meters above sea level, which is crazy. I thought of this really good tip on the Cumbrian Way, so I didn't have a pillow, I was using my down jacket, obviously. And I thought, why not just bring a pillowcase? Look how comfy that is. That is literally just a normal pillowcase. Well, it's actually a small pillowcase of Amazon. I got 2 of them for £6. And inside there, you probably guessed it, is my down jacket. So if you don't need your down jacket, you can make an extremely comfortable pillow. Oh, that's so much comfortable. That's so much more comfortable than those stupid inflatable ones which you just bounce around on. But yeah, it's a bit of a hack for you, that. Never forget a pillow again. Ultra lightweight pillow solution. All you need is the pillowcase, £3, and then you can wash the pillowcase and you're not dribbling all over your down jacket. You know what I mean? I'm gonna call it a night now. It's 11 o'clock. I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, guys. The time is 24 minutes past 8. Pretty decent night's sleep. Let's take a look outside the tent. Woo! Tent did really well. It was so windy up until about 2 AM. Beautiful, man. Snowdon over there, Serhi. Crib Goch over there where we came up. The Linns. Snowdon, quite near the path, but no one's even been up yet, from what I've heard. It's very early and it is midweek. It's Wednesday today. Take a look at that tent. Beautiful piece of equipment, man. Even though it's only a 3-season tent, very, very sturdy. Don't get me wrong, it was shaking, but it wasn't collapsing at all. rock solid to be fair. Woo, it's beautiful up here this morning, man. Weather's perfect again. Slept in though, didn't get a sunrise, but pretty tired, so I'm not too bothered. It's worth it for the sleep. Once you've seen one sunrise, you've seen them all. I'm just messing, but sometimes you need your sleep. Is there anyone on top of Snowdon? Yeah, a couple of people. And then the Linns down there, very windy still. Crib Goch, we're going to be going down, I think, down here, back round to the lakes, maybe have a little bit of a wash in the Linns, and then get some brekkie. 1:30, lad. Cowboy camp last night, he survived it, survived the night. There's no way that's landing on the summit of Snowdon. No, it's not. Must just be patrolling the area. Crazy. What a day for it. Definitely the best weather I have ever had in Wales, man. It is crazy right now. I think we're gonna go get some breakfast in Llanberis, maybe do Tryfan, and then hit up Newborough Forest. Is it called Newborough Forest on Anglesey? It's a pretty decent camping spot. It's a bit bait on weekends, but with it being Wednesday, should be fine. About 5k left till we get to the car. I'll see you down there. Whoa. Made it back to the van. Let's go. It's cafe. I've got pancakes and I've got breakfast coming. Iced coffee. Survive. Okay guys, so we are back at the car, obviously. We've been to get some food from Co-op, and now we're going to tackle Tryfan. Tryfan. Not sure yet. Tryfan. We're going to hit that up now, so we're going to do the North Face, which is a pretty crazy scramble. So I'll see you at the starting line. Couple of goats. That is what we've got to summit. Tryfan, baby, that's the last push. We've gained a decent 800 meters. No, we've gained for about 600. It's crazy, man, right now. Last push, and then we'll get up there. I'll show you guys Adam and Eve. Okay, guys, so we made it to the summit of Tryfan. Beautiful up here. We're on Adam and Eve currently. Pretty sketchy. The two rocks. Unreal. We've been so lucky to get this weather. What are you saying, Steve?
Yeah, it was a pretty sick adventure.
It's good, wasn't it?
The first time. It was on my bucket list for a long time, but I didn't have anyone to do it with, so thanks, Joe.
Welcome, bro. Now give him a jump, but don't fall. Nice, bro. Beautiful up here today. Thanks for watching this far, I really appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe.